Hey everybody, Stationary Engineer back here with a HVAC quick tip. Today we're going to be talking about capacitors, or specifically how to test capacitors to see if they are in fact still good. Now today we have two run capacitors, and you can tell they are run capacitors in that they are in metal cans. Inside this metal can is an oil bath to help dissipate the heat. Now the first thing we want to do before we ever test a capacitor is we assume that it is charged and it is dangerous. So we're going to take an insulated handled screwdriver, discharge any potential electricity that might be in there for our safety and for the safety of the testing equipment. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our Fluke 87, we're going to turn it to the capacitance setting, and we have to hit the yellow button to get to the secondary function, which will measure our microfarads. Next thing, very simple, take our test leads, one on each terminal. You can see we are reading 0.59, 0.55, in that range there. If you look at the capacitor, this one is rated for 25 microfarads, plus or minus 5%. So you can clearly see with a measurement of 0.55 to 0.59, this capacitor is no good. Now this second capacitor here, again, we're going to assume that it is charged. We will discharge it with our screwdriver across both terminals. One lead on each terminal. This one we are measuring 25.2. Go ahead and measure it again. 25.2 once again. If we take a look at this, 25 microfarads plus or minus 5%. So this capacitor is in fact good. Now one thing I just wanted to point out that is very subtle. If I put this capacitor down, you notice it does not rock. If I put this capacitor down, it kind of weebles and wobbles and rocks back and forth. Sometimes when capacitors fail, they will swell. They will swell at the top, they will bulge out the side, they will swell out the bottom. So this is a very subtle swell, might not in fact be that problem, but that was one thing I noticed right off the bat versus a good one. Does not move. So that's just your Stationary Engineer HVAC quick tip, how to measure capacitors and see if they are good. Thanks for tuning in.